apply without a problem, make that little minimum wage, then it takes a burden off my family. I can pay for my schooling. Because you got prom season. It's parents struggling to pay for prom, graduation fees, et cetera, et cetera. I did that. I funded my whole first 2 years of college based upon me. I paid for my own graduation stuff. I paid for all that. And I took care of my household. Because one, I had a job since I was 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 years, and I landed damn good jobs. And I built my work history. I learned how to have social skills. Right. So that's one thing these kids don't have. Exactly. Kids don't have social skills.
Those phones.
No, listen, it's not that. They have social media, which is what the purpose of social media was supposed to be, to interact and be social, but it's become petty, it's become messy, it's become because we set the example as adults to post our worries and burdens on Facebook, and the kids do it the same way and say, my mama does this.
Right, but I think the biggest issue is now we used to get our tails whooped as punishment.
Hold on.
Now
we can't beat our kids anymore. 2017.
I don't know what planet you on, but mine are getting it anyway. But now you got to threaten them to take their phones from them, because without their phones, they can't function. They can't. Let me explain something to you. My daughter, she learned it the hard way, because she got a little out of pocket, okay, pissed off her father shut her cell phone off, okay. Now, I wasn't going to turn it on, because that's between her and her dad. Let her dad handle that, okay. So she needed to make a phone call, but I can't make a phone call. I can't call anybody. I said, we got a house phone. I can't talk. I need to text somebody. I said, so now what's going to happen? You won't have a phone until you learn how to use a real phone and have a conversation with your voice. Because I need for you to understand that words can be taken out of context, but your voice cannot. And she has been actually physically without a cell phone since November of 2016. And now she functions quite well. She's figured out a way that if she needs to, she can Snapchat, because as long as you got Wi-Fi, she can hook up to different things and communicate that way. But there's no problem with her picking up a phone either. You know, and I had to take that from her once I realized that she had become crutched by that. No, that's not how we work.
And conversation is a life skill.
Exactly.
If you can't have conversation with another person, how can you get a job? Because they're going to ask you questions. You got to answer them in front of their face, not through a text, not through an app, not on the phone. You got to sit there and talk to them. You got to look them in the eyes. If you can't look a person in the eyes and hold a conversation, then you're no good to me.
Exactly.
Well, see, let's and it's great points, but let's stay on topic, because your program is great. And it's going to blossom.
I would love to support you in any way I can.
It's going to blossom. It's going to blossom and be a blessing to so many teenagers and so many of the youth. And all this needs to work together. See, the reason why, what you're saying is a vision that's going to happen later with the show. But for the time being, us as adults, heads of households, we got to get our ish together. How do we do that? We got to, be able to communicate with each other better, because we become so petty. We've become so stubborn, but I'm saying, but what's trending? We've become so petty, so messy, team petty, team messy. We so worried about team natural. See, because our kids feed off us. We're their first line of examples. And so until we can develop how we've got off track on what our parents and grandparents instilled in us. One, because we just got caught up in the times. And so we got so caught up in the times is that we don't even talk to each other on the phone like that. We text, we email, we message. And it's to the point now is that we can't even teach our kids how to use I forgot, I haven't used one in so long. What you call them things on phones that used to be out? A payphone.
They still have payphones?
They don't.
No.
They only have them. They have them in certain places, right? But that's foreign though. But it's foreign though. So the point. Yeah. So the whole point of it is that that's great what she's doing, and we all have to get on board and support that, and then we all have to build up and improve us. Now, and therefore, I know you got to leave.
And I was going to say, you said something about programs for adults. So, I mean, I believe, and we believe through our organization, that intergenerational programming is essential. That we, as head of households, can learn something from the young people, and they can learn something from us. Right. So our program, out-of-school program, Seed Academy, offers free tuition for our students if the adults are participatory, whether that's an hour a day, 1 day a week. And so we have a sliding scale where as many hours as you contribute or be a participating party, whether it's an instructor or just someone that's there to help supervise, they can get reduced tuition all the way down to free tuition if they do 1 day a week.
And and that's awesome because it starts with us as parents. For those who are parents, because let me tell you what's crazy, and if you think about this for a moment, we are very active when it comes to our kids: sports, cheerleading, competition, dance. But when it comes to PTA meetings, who goes to those? Who goes to? Let me tell you who even.
Mothers?
No, barely. You might find one,
grandparents,
two. Quill does, but listen what I'm saying. One.
He's not a mother.
No, but he's a parent. He's a parent. One, we need to have more male presence in schools.
Definitely.
They thirst for that in school.
Yeah.
Because I told you on my last show, I said the reason why you have so many breakdown and bad relations with kids and teachers and those of authority, because most of the people in authority are women. So it's like you hearing your mama's voice all over again. So when you get to school, you're like, really? When you hear a man's voice, it's like, oh, who's that?
Yeah.
And you straighten up.
That's funny you said that, because you always talk about how bougie I am, but we are a tight community, whereas we have had in the past few years, because the students now have become the principals of the elementary school, the middle school, into the high school. So they're all there taking care of our kids. And what they did, which was beautiful, every man, every father, every person who was of male character in our town went to the school on the first day of school and greeted the children. It was no females. All of the men took care of it. And it was so beautiful and so uplifting, because when you look at, because they took a lot of pictures, so when you look at the pictures, you're like, oh man, I know him. Oh, wow, I haven't seen him in a long time. But I'm glad that they're there, because when I went back to Jersey and I put my daughter in public schools, I was adamant she's going to go to the same schools that I went to, because I know what they're offering there and I know what's going on. And it was a bonus that when I went into the school, I knew the principal personally, and I knew her teachers personally, because we were on cheerleading squad together. We were, in the acting classes and things like that together. That's who had my kids. So when I went home and my daughter walked out to go to school, I knew she was safe. I knew she was good, because the first time she stepped out of line, they had my personal phone number. And they weren't calling me saying, well, Miss Ma'am, I don't know your child. They were saying, hey, I just corrected her. Oh, okay, good. We good. And that's what I like. And that's something that I think that we need to do. We need to be, as adults, we need to start parenting these children and being a source of guidance, even if they're not ours. I'm not saying beating on them or anything like that. I'm saying when you see a child, you talk to a child. It doesn't have to be nasty. It doesn't even have to be something where you're trying to teach them a certain lesson, just to be able to communicate with them.
Let's say that, because we're about to get into that in a different level, and it's part of my next subject we're going to close the night on. So don't forget, like, your train of thought, but great subject. I know you got to leave. You want to shout out your website, your organization again before you leave, and all that good stuff?
Sure. Saucy, www.iamsaucy, which is IAMSOSSI.org. If you want more information about the camps, that's theseedacademy.org.
Thank you so much again for coming out, and
Nice meeting you.
we want you.
You got to come back.
Every Thursday, Saturday from 8 to 10 p.m. We'll give you the information for the show, get you the links, and next month I'm going to be doing an added show, and I got some big things in the works, so I'm going to get into that. So
Did I give you my card?
if you got one, I'll take it.
You gave
the two you gave me. I took mine home and gave one to Dr. Dave.
Okay, well I gave him one. Somebody, everybody in here has one of my cards, and I don't have any more. So maybe you could take a picture of somebody's in here.
That's perfect. I got you. Thank you,
I
sweetie.
didn't get one, so everybody.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Well, is it okay if I post it on my Facebook page, because we do a lot of networking and uplifting in the neighborhood and all of that goodness, and there's a lot of people who can use your services and support you as well.
And remember, this is a worldwide show. Everybody in the world can be listening. Like in any corner of this earth that has internet service, they can listen to they can tune into the show.
Okay.
And a lot of people do. So when you speak, you're not just speaking to people in Atlanta. You're speaking to people in California, in New York, Trinidad, in China. So it's uplifting because they might be going through the same thing in other places. So you giving ideas, and they're like, "Oh, we need to contact her. Maybe she
St.
can
Martin, we
start
coming this
some out
summer.
here."
So anybody on St. Martin, we're coming this summer to y'all. So yeah, we do. We have programs all over the country. So just came back from Portland, doing some work with them up there.
Nice.
Yeah, whatever we can do.
Nice.
We'll link
I
up.
might open an invitation. I'm thinking about doing this again next Saturday.
Yeah, man.
It will. So if you got the time, I'll
Matter
be
of
on
fact,
time.
there's an education panel in McDonough. They're talking about the disparities among Hispanic and African American parents in schools, and so that's 1 to 4. I'll be more than happy to share that information as well.
Let's do it.
My husband also runs the only African American male initiative in the high school level at Washington High School. So I send a challenge out to all the men out there. Contact you, and then we're going to schedule you to come on out talk to the guys, because we got about 25 guys that they're doing an awesome job. Early college program, 3.5 and above. So we definitely want to make sure that they have the opportunities they deserve.
We need it.
Yeah.
So
All right, y'all.
most definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm gonna give her a round of applause before she leaves, man. That was great information, and all that good stuff. So, man, we got about 10 minutes left in the show, again, from this extended hour. And what I want to get into now, last but not least. So, y'all okay?
We straight.
Lima, you had something to say?
I lost my train of thought now.
I'm sorry.
I had to say,
I don't want you to. Y'all been so gracious as my co-host in this evening. Y'all want to do it again next week?
Sure.
I think I'm all about giving the people what they want. Facebook Live, all around. I'm all about. Because people need to see. I'm not. I'm not the typical the positive. You need to see positive images and all that good stuff. You need to be able to. We need to be able to have intellectual discourse among us as adults, and that's one thing. So look, one thing I talked about this. So I know y'all gonna be, and Ed would just go lollygag, escort our guests out.
You have to escort the guest out.
He's so extra. So what I want to talk about.
Sean, stop.
What?
Whatever you did, I'm gonna see it when I watch the video.
No, I wasn't doing nothing to you.
Yes, you were.
My hand was. I was. What was I doing something?
He really wasn't. I'm gonna be
No,
honest.
she's being extra and think somebody doing something.
Black women always thinking the worst of black men.
Doing this.
I was just moving my fingers. Girl. Anyway.
Trust you.
Oh, okay.
Because you always sneak.
That's what
Always
The
doing
man
something.
can't respect it.
Yeah.
Y'all outnumbered right now, so be quiet.
Oh, you see that door right there?
I know how to use it.
There you go.
One of y'all even one of me. We're never outnumbered.
Boom. There it is.
They just don't know.
Man law. Stamped and approved. So how do y'all enjoy the show tonight?
We did. Yes.
Yeah.
We got off to a rocky start, but we smoothed out.
Why was it rocky? Because you was here?
Because you was here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's Lo. That's Travel Talk with Lo. She comes on at 10. She comes at the crack of dawn on Saturday. We established from 10 to 11 a.m.
Yes.
And shout out to the people that listened to her show early that tuned in for us.
Non-lazy people.
Right, okay. Yeah, so moving on. So I'm sorry, y'all. Lo had to leave the show. Unfortunately, she had a emergency and the door hit her with a good Lord splitter. And yeah. But I wanted to get into this because I had a real